What is good, YouTube? Dubs here, back with another video, guys. We have some more breaking news in the NFL. The Saints are signing former Pro Bowl guard Trai Turner to a one-year deal. He played at LSU and he's from New Orleans, so he is going back to where it all began in New Orleans. With the Saints. This is actually a huge signing in my opinion. A 4 or 5-time former Pro Bowler headed to add depth, but also a guy who could be a starter, a day one starter, maybe even with the Saints going forward. And I'm going to break down the entirety of the deal and what he's going to bring to New Orleans. But before we get to that, make sure you guys do me a big favor, guys, and smash that like button. Get the video up to 150 likes if you think the Saints can make some noise this year and potentially even make a playoff run with Derek Carr and all these new guys who they added to the team. Also, subscribe to the channel if you're new. I will be covering the entirety of the offseason, which includes the rest of free agency, any trades, training camp, especially if you want to see some training camp highlights and news and notes. I got you guys covered. Without any further ado, let's get into the video. So Trai Turner is a guy who played 16 games with the Washington Commanders last year. Before that, he was in Pittsburgh for 17 games. So obviously, right off the bat, you can see he has played a lot. But not only is he a guy who can play right away, but he's very versatile in terms of, he can play left guard, he can play right guard. He moves to tackle every once in a while. Don't primarily see him do that too often, but he's primarily a guard who can be interchangeable. He can play multiple different positions. Now, the main thing I love about Trai Turner is not only that he's a 5-time Pro Bowler, but when you look at this depth chart right here for the Saints, you see, Andrews Pete, a former first-round pick, he's fine. You got Cesar Ruiz, he's fine as well. I like these guys for the most part, but what Trai Turner brings is a veteran, a leader, a guy who can help mold these young guys into who we know they can be. Like a guy with Ruiz, he's good, but he can continue to improve, and Trai Turner can help him. He can develop him. He can mold him into the player that we all know he can be, and not only with him, but for Trevor Penning as well. I mean, all of these guys need to develop a little bit more. Eric McCoy, another guy. Trai Turner not only can be a day one starter, but he also can come in, be a mentor, a leader, a locker room guy, and even a day one starter if they need him to be, if there's ever an injury. He's one of the best offensive linemen who is available in free agency, and they get him here for pretty much free. In my opinion, this is low risk, high reward potential for the Saints, and I love this deal. Let me know what you guys think about it. Hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, join the family, turn on post notifications so you're notified not only every time we go live for a game, but every time we post a video as well. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Today's video is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy, and if you love playing fantasy sports like football, basketball, baseball, and so many other sports, but also love being able to win money, you're going to want to stick around for this whole segment. Introducing Underdog Fantasy, the ultimate platform for fantasy sports lovers. Do you want to experience the thrill of drafting your team and competing for huge prizes? Well, look no further. With Underdog Fantasy, you get access to a wide range of fantasy sports, including football, basketball, baseball, and so much more. But here's what makes Underdog Fantasy stand out from all of those other apps. They've got quick and user-friendly drafting process, a unique and exciting game formats, fair and competitive contests for all skill levels, and attractive bonuses and promotions. Not only can you draft teams and compete with others, but you can also play a game of higher and lower, which is personally my favorite thing to do on there, but you can potentially win 20 times the money you put down. And if you use code MattyDubs when you sign up, Underdog will match your first deposit up to $100. And what that means is basically when you deposit, let's say $100, they'll give you a free $100 to use and play with. Click the link in the description to get started, or head to the website right now to start dominating the fantasy world. And don't miss out on all the fun. Be a part of the Underdog community starting now. And don't forget, if you use code MattyDubs, they'll match your first deposit up to $100. Let's get started. Get into drafts with me starting today.